Hello everyone. I bring to you one more topic of UPSC essay. The title is Patriarchy is the least noticed yet the most significant factor of social inequality. I'm Kulban Kaur and you are watching IS Primers. Well, when I saw this topic for the first time, I wondered, I said, how can this be so? At home, my father is my ideal. My husband is Pati Parmeshwar. So how can they be the cause of social injustice? And then I said, oh my God, the very fact I have put them on a platform at a pedestal, that means I have accepted second-hand citizenship. Isn't it? So that is one way. Either you feel you are useless or you put the other person high. Again, the impact is the same. So that is what I realized, and I got interested in the topic and I wrote this. Okay, let's get going, and so that you get points to write your essay. Let's first highlight the keywords: patriarchy and social inequality. There is a relationship between patriarchy and social inequality. Social inequality. There is a definite relationship. Now, what is the relationship? First of all, it is least noticed. Not hardly noticeable. Nobody, like the way I said, I didn't even feel patriarchy could be the cause of social injustice, social inequality. Inequality is like social injustice, but nevertheless, let's call it social inequality because that is the question. And least noticed yet most significant. The more I went deeper into the topic, the more I realized everything had its root on patriarchy. All women crimes, all women's social inequalities, all inequalities towards women were somewhere because of patriarchy. That was the main cause. That's what I realized. Okay, let us see how I put forth my arguments on this question. First of all, when we talk about fundamental rights, in fundamental rights, where 50% of the voting population is women, right? And they have been given the fundamental right of equality. But nevertheless, they do not get it. Let me give an example. We say equal work, equal pay. But when we give salaries to women, it will be less. I worked with my husband, Colonel Rehal. I went I used to take classes in one of the universities. And we both used to go together. It was for the army, SSB. And he was getting 5,000. And I joined him later. And they said, no, 4,500 for ma'am. Says he'll be taking equal number of classes and for the same duration. No, it's okay. Well, I accepted it because we were getting 9,500 for one day, for one trip, fine. But then it pinched. Why 500 less? Because I'm a woman. If there was somebody else, now look at it. Just because you've got two resources from the same house, that would mean that you are saving on the cab and other things. But they had to pinch me of my 500 and make me feel inferior. Right? So at this stage it's happening for educated people. By the educated it's happening. So what is going to happen everywhere else? Patriarchy is least noticed and it is one of the biggest cause for social inequality. Right? So fundamental right was denied to me there and then. But then it gets denied to everybody, everywhere. Okay, let's see what am I saying when I mean everybody and everywhere. Let's take the first molecule or minuscule society, the home. Okay, let's start from home. So what happens at home is, when a girl child is born, if she is born, first of all, female foeticide. Why? The man is more important. A boy's birth is celebration. A girl's, though they will call her Ladli and Lado, but actually her birth was not a celebration. ठीक है, हो गई लड़की, कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है ना, लड़की लड़के बराबर है. That is the conversation that happens, right? लड़का बल्ले बल्ले, great, everybody happy, very nice. So कोई बात नहीं, अगली बार try कर लेना, then you will have a boy. That is the conversation that happens. Doesn't matter. That is the beginning. Secondly, when the children have to go to school, it is normally seen if a compromise has to be done, it will be on the girl. The boy will be sent to English medium school, the girl may be to a vernacular school. If there is a problem, if not, of course, both will go to school, but then that is all. If there is an economic crisis or a problem, then it will be the girl will be the dropout in the school, but boys' school education must go on. Right? And even when there is not a dropout, to assist in the family, to help the mother, the girl must come home and help her mother in the household chores while the boy sits down with his books or goes out to play. When it comes to diet, the boy will get a glass full of milk and the girl, if she gets milk, she'll get half a glass. And same thing would go for eggs and other things and good nutritious food. And this is not, just being told to you. It is what we notice in the family and according to reports and indexes and the BMI, body mass index of the boy and the girl. Right? So this is what happens at home. Then, the girl is not even given a surname at times. I was working in the school here in Mukeria where I saw Dipti and Rashmi, just names in the attendance register. I said, where's your surname? He says, no, that's what it is. Why? And then the teacher told me, well, they get married and the surname changes, so they don't give the surname. I felt very sad. At least I hadn't had that feeling till then, that not being accepted in the family, because we have Kulwant Kaur. So the core is there, so we feel complete. Kulwant Kaur is there. So whatever adds on later, and it might not even add on. So that's a different story. But then I really felt very, very sad when I heard that. Yes, of course, when the name was there, my earlier name, I had to change it after wedding. To make a passport, then you change your name. That was another headache. But still, not getting a surname of the family, it really pinched. What a patriarchal system we are in was the first time I felt then. You keep feeling, as a woman, you keep feeling. Even when, you get more recognition in your job, we play it low so that the man should not feel insecure. And he should feel that it's a happy marriage if the man is on a higher status and we are a lower status. When it is reversed, then Abhiman comes in and there could be a problem. And this loss of love in the family would be more of a challenge for the woman than accepting the status. So, these things at the home front. Yes, let me say one thing for the man also. When the man nowadays, with both working, the man comes and wants to help with the woman, with his wife, somebody will say, oh, Joru ke galam, kitchen mein the, this and that, and then he will recede back. And probably he says, hiding behind the newspaper, hail patriarchy, I can relax and rest. Rather than fight the system and do it all. Right? So this is at home. So patriarchy and social inequality we are talking about, and see how I hope I'm able to bring out the inequality in society because of patriarchy at the home front. When we go to school, the teachers in all, workshops, they are given training to not have gender bias, to fight against gender stereotypes, but still somewhere or the other they will say, come on, don't jump like a tomboy, they will tell the girl. Or they will say, don't cry like a girl, they will tell the boy. He's being a boy or poor in maths. So these are the type of questions or, the comments that come that are creating the social inequality, the social bias or inequality of the genders, which is coming up here in all these comments from the school side also. Okay. Of course, while taking streams, that is there, we have noticed where engineering, most of the boys used to take. Now, of course, girls are going in there. So that's a good thing. Well, if I talk about the home and the school, then what is left in society? Everything other than the home and the school. Let's look at our society. I have some facts here, right? Because UPSC essays, you will have to put some facts. So here it is. So Georgetown University, here peace and security of women is taken up. Women, peace and security was studied in 2019. There was a report which says that when you rank all the countries where the research was done, India was at 133 position out of 167. Means it was one of the lowest, among the lowest categories of unsafe places for the women, which is not good news, which is not good, right? Other than that was Afghanistan, Pakistan, and other countries which were below India. This was not a very heartening figure, it was very sad. But still worse, when Thomson Reuters Foundation did another survey in 2020, then unfortunately India came as number one as the most unsafe country in the world, where there were maximum rapes. These are the parameters, on which they classified India as unsafe. Rape, child marriages, women trafficking, and female foeticide. Though there were agencies that said they were the size of the, where the study was done, the size of the sample was very small, so it is not very reliable. Okay, granted. But then there was something to worry about, but okay, we grant it. But then what about this? This was a National Crime Report Bureau. This is Indian. So what is that report? They say that there have been reports of 32,033 rapes happen almost a day, I think. 32,033 rapes happened in 2019, in 2019, which comes to 88 rapes cases a day. 88 rape cases a day, and they say this is probably only 10%. Means many don't even report. So only 10% is this. So can you imagine the big problem that we face in India of safety and security of women? So many rapes, and this is only 10%. Now, when you look at some of the cases, well, here we have the cases which came to light. Nirbhaya case of 2017, where the Juvenile Act was changed then. Kathua rape, 2018, where the 8-year-old girl was raped. And the Hathras case in 2019, where the body of the girl was cremated without the permission of the parents. I mean, both were so, all these three were so terrible, so terrible, that they shook us of a very, foundation. They were very scared, what is the situation of India? And still, nothing has changed much. And why is all this? This case, especially the Hathras case, what happened? All got away. Why? Just because it's a patriarchal system. Just because the women don't matter. The life of the girl does not matter. Even if somebody is, was given capital punishment, nevertheless, is that enough? The system is such that even the parents women, most of the time, why is it only 10%? They do not want to report it. It's a matter of shame for them. Of course, the trauma is terrible for the girl and for the family, but then it is a matter of shame to make it public. That is how they feel. Why? Social inequality, isn't it? And why? At the hands of who? The patriarchal system, the system. By the way, this report, when it talks about states also, the report, when it talks about states, it says the safest state was, number one state, safest state was Kerala. Kerala was the safest. And that is patriarchal system. On the whole, southern states were supposed to be safer for the women than the northern states. Northern states reported more cases of rape than the southern states. And not only that, it is everything else connected with rape, whether it is domestic abuse and other things. One incident in this was worth mentioning is when the women stood up in Hyderabad. They stood up and they made the government change the law to ban liquor, cheap liquor available in their towns and cities. Now, with the government understanding that 50% of the voting population is women, they cannot ignore the women any longer. And in those cases where they are working for the woman, in the name of women empowerment, you say, or other things, or they, women empowerment, or mass marriages, or giving more privileges to the women and setting up business. So all these things are why? Because they are actually 50% of the voting population. In those states, their chances of success are better, political parties. So that is at least, whatever be the cause, at least the inequality is reducing. So that is one thing that we need to understand and applaud, that this is happening, whatever be the cause. So here, this was the case. And the other thing is where they managed, the women got up and they made the government change the law. So that is also happening. Every place things are changing for the better, and hopefully things will change. But nevertheless, and when you look at, it is not the case of India, it is everywhere. At least the women get equal voting rights at times. In some countries they don't even get that. We have to understand that patriarchy is least noticed because we are so much in the system, we really don't notice. And yet it is the most significant factor of social inequality. I hope all these points will help you write your essay. I am Kulwan Kaur and you have been watching IAS Primers. Do like, share and subscribe, and do leave your comments in the comment box. And as I said earlier, if you want to get your essays reviewed, you can get in touch with me and I can help you support in reading your essays and giving you feedback. God bless you. Take care.